A ghost for our machine. As humans, we fear the finite and lust after the infinite. We are not satisfied with an evil lasting a season, but instead, we catastrophize and say it will last forever. Similarly, we do not say a blessing will endure for a time. We familiarize ourselves with it as though it were our permanent possession. We do not say that life is but here for an occasion and is swept away with the breeze, as all good things are. No. We say that there is an infinity beyond this mortal coil, where that be an infinity of heaven or hell is up for interpretation. And where does this line begin? That which will only rot away and that which will last forever. We have a name for it. Our soul, or rather our spirit. This concept has ruined the human race for as far back as humanity reaches, not because it is a cool truth, but instead it is a wonderful lie. It is the lie of mind-body dualism. Mind and soul of the man is entirely different from the body. René Descartes, Meditations on First Philosophy. The French philosopher René Descartes was famous for helping father modern philosophy and for coining the familiar phrase cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. He popularized and defended mind-body dualism in the 17th century, claiming that the human consciousness and the human brain were distinct from one another. We are husks inhabited by a piloting mind, according to Descartes, and he managed to inject this notion into the mind of society, most likely because it fell in line neatly with that of the idea of the Christian soul. In fact, it can be argued that the only reason the theory endured in the West was purely because of Christianity, of which Descartes was a follower. It is worth noting, however, that other religions, such as those in the East, also embrace the concept of mind-body dualism in their own complex ways. Descartes only put a label on a pre-written notion, perhaps when we consider how far back the philosophy seems to have been engraved upon the human experience. To frown upon such a foundational concept, and furthermore argue against it, is a monumentous feat in itself. Gilbert Ryle, 1900 to 1976, did this in his own words. I shall often speak of it with deliberate abusiveness, as the dogma of the ghost in the machine. I hope to prove that it is entirely false, and false not in detail but in principle. It is not merely an assemblage of particular mistakes, it is one big mistake, and a mistake of a special kind. It is, namely, a category mistake. It was an error to claim that physical states can be separated from mental states, as they are not of the same logical category. The same flaw can be seen in the idealist theory of mind, where it attempts to reduce physical reality to mental reality. The opposite can be seen in the materialistic theory of mind, which attempts to reduce mental reality to physical reality. As confusing as it all sounds, it can be simplified by comparing it to how we view love. Love is an abstract concept, one that we can feel as an emotion certainly, but it is intangible and cannot be seen. We often refer to love residing in the heart. We know in reality that there is not an actual physical lump of love in our chest pumping along with the organ it is nestled inside. No, that would be making a category mistake, treating love as though it were the same logical category as the human heart. Despite this, we are desperate to find a ghost for our machine, clawing at the notion that we have something infinite within our fragile shell. It is understandable, considering how much we fear finality and everything we know ending. Full stop, no heaven, hell, or purgatory involved. It saturates our culture more than most of us realize. Dementors of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series sucking the soul from humans and leaving an evil husk. Shiro Masamune's masterpiece Ghost in the Shell, which directly references the term Ryle coined in its title and explores the idea of consciousness being transferred between android bodies. The derivative plot point for television and movies where two characters trade bodies. The mere notion of ghosts and ghouls haunting places and things, and many examples besides. What we do with all of this information is entirely up to us. Do we continuously go against everything we know about psychology in the name of religion and culture? Which is more important, truth or stability? The fact that proposing this ideal will result in immediate forceful pushback due to cognitive dissonance from the general populace causes this to be a tragic situation indeed, as it is no little request. It is asking the world to uproot everything it is comfortable and familiar with. In a word, trading the infinite for the dreadful defined. The truth of mind dualism has yet to infiltrate the hard-hitting defenses of willful ignorance. And perhaps that is for the better, if striking a match to let in the light will only ignite some fuse.